Following the crazy conclusion of Squid Game's third season, the show's universe appears ready for a major expansion. The final moments left audiences with a shocking twist that seemed to blow the doors wide open for a new international chapter of the deadly competition. With rumors running wild after the scene, we're about to break down everything we know, so be sure to subscribe, and let's get into it. This spin-off conversation is fueled by more than just fan hopes. Concrete reports have emerged suggesting that a new series is not just a possibility, but is actively in development. This potential tie-in promises to take the core concept of desperate individuals competing in deadly children's games and transplant it onto American soil, exploring the unique cultural anxieties and economic desperation of an entirely new setting. The ending of Season 3 was a significant dose of fuel added to the fire. After the death of the protagonist, Gi-hun, the story shifted its focus to the frontman in Los Angeles. It was there, in a gritty alleyway, that he witnessed a scene both familiar and shocking. A well-dressed woman playing dakji with a disadvantaged man. That's already pretty crazy. But the real reveal was that this woman was found to be none other than acclaimed actress Cate Blanchett, whose presence seemed to signal that the games were not only continuing on a global scale, but that this was the next big step forward for the series. This cameo immediately ignited speculation that an American-based spin-off was imminent. The appearance of a star of Blanchett's level felt too significant to simply be a throwaway moment. It was a deliberate choice that suggested a larger plan was in motion, setting the stage for a new narrative centered around a US-based version of the Lethal Contest. Fans and critics alike saw this as a clear setup for what was to come next, and there have been tons of insider reports to show this is the case. The director at the helm. Adding serious weight to these rumors is the name attached to the project. In late 2024, reports first surfaced from industry trades like Deadline, claiming that an English-language Squid Game series was being developed at Netflix. More specifically, the reports named iconic director David Fincher as the creative force chosen to helm this new adaptation. Fincher's potential involvement is a compelling development. His body of work is renowned for its dark, meticulous, and psychologically intense style. Films like C7N, Fight Club, and The Social Network, as well as his work on the Netflix series Mindhunter, all showcase his mastery of suspense and his unique exploration of the darker aspects of human nature and society. The themes present in Fincher's filmography align perfectly with the world of Squid Game. His 1997 thriller, The Game, for example, famously explored a reality-bending conspiracy that pushed its protagonist to the brink. His expertise in building atmosphere and breaking down complex, often grim, subject matters would make him an ideal candidate to translate the Korean thriller for an American audience while preserving its sharp critical edge. On top of this, it was reported that Dennis Kelly, known for the cult hit series Utopia, was attached to write the script. Kelly's work is celebrated for its intricate plotting and its own brand of dark, conspiracy-fueled drama, making his pairing with Fincher a powerful combination for a project of this nature. The involvement of such respected creators being reported suggests that Netflix is aiming for a high-quality, hard-hitting production, rather than a simple remake or imitation. They want to claim the story for themselves and take it in fascinating new directions. The creators' response. Despite the seemingly credible reports, the original creator of Squid Game, Hwang Dong-hyuk, has offered a more complicated perspective. In multiple interviews, he has expressed a degree of separation from the rumored American spin-off, creating a confusing but fascinating narrative about what is actually happening behind the scenes at the streaming giant. When asked directly about David Fincher's involvement, Hwang has consistently stated that he has not been officially informed by Netflix. He has mentioned hearing the same rumors as the public and reading about them in articles. While he has expressed admiration for Fincher's work and noted that he would be interested to see what the director would do with the material, his comments suggest that if the project is happening, it is proceeding on a separate track from his own work, and that he won't be directly involved, or that he's simply hiding it due to an NDA. This creates a puzzling situation where a spin-off is reportedly in development with a major director, yet the original creator seems to be out of the loop. It suggests that Netflix may be pursuing a strategy of expanding the Squid Game franchise with new creative teams, allowing the universe to grow beyond its original architect and not put him through the immense stress that the original show did, famously causing him to lose teeth. Hwang Dong-hyuk has also clarified the intention behind Cate Blanchett's cameo, and his explanation runs contrary to the popular fan theory that it was a direct setup for a spin-off. He explained that his primary goal was to create an impactful ending for the third season, one that reinforced the show's core themes while showing a global expansion. By showing the games continuing in the United States, he wanted to convey that the brutal system of late-stage capitalism, which the game symbolizes, is a global phenomenon that cannot be easily dismantled. According to Hwang, the cameo was a thematic statement about the resilient nature of the system, not a narrative bridge to a new series. He wanted to highlight that even with the end of the games in Korea, the machinery of the competition continues to churn elsewhere. But even if that is the case, it could certainly double as the start of the American show's story, Cate Blanchett's mysterious role. The scene itself was brief, but powerful. While stopped in a car in Los Angeles, the frontman hears the familiar sound of didactic tiles. He looks over to see Cate Blanchett dressed in a sharp suit successfully flipping a man's tile. Her presence is commanding, and when the man asks to go again, she coolly replies, "As you wish," before staring directly at the frontman. Hwang Dong-hyuk explained his decision to cast such a major star for the part, stating that they wanted a female recruiter for this sequence to make it more dramatic and intriguing. He praised Blanchett for her unmatched charisma, noting that they needed an actor who could dominate the screen with only a few words. Her ability to project power and mystery made her the perfect choice for this impactful final scene. However, despite the controversial nature of her appearance, there has been no official confirmation that Cate Blanchett will reprise this role in any future projects. Her cameo could very well be a one-off appearance, similar to other high-profile cameos in major franchises that serve to build out the world without necessarily leading to a larger role. Until an official announcement is made, her future in the Squid Game universe remains purely speculative. That doesn't mean that we can't hope, though, and it'd be extremely convenient if they were to set up this character and never use her again despite making an American show. The excitement from others involved in the original series is major, however. Lee Jung-jae, who portrayed Seong Gi-hun, has expressed his great anticipation for a potential American adaptation, indicating that he has high expectations for what a new creative team could bring to the world he helped establish. And Lee Byun-hun, the actor behind the frontman, has said that he's interested to see how his character will tie in with this new narrative, a new game in a new world. Should the American spin-off move forward, sources suggest it will not be a reboot but a continuation set within the same universe as the Korean series. The story would logically follow a new group of 456 contestants, this time Americans facing their own desperate financial situations, who find their way to a secret location to compete for a life-altering cash prize. The core premise would remain the same, a high-stakes battle where the cost of losing is death. However, an American setting offers the opportunity to introduce a host of new, culturally specific games. While the original series drew on traditional Korean children's games to create a sense of uncanny horror, a US version could pull from American childhood pastimes, giving them the same deadly twist, such as dodgeball, bottle flipping, and more. This would allow the series to explore distinctly American themes of debt, inequality, and the promise of the American dream twisted into a nightmare. The drama would undoubtedly be intense, with new characters, new alliances, and new betrayals, all while retaining the social commentary that made the original such a global sensation. As for when audiences might see this new series, it remains highly uncertain. Production schedules are notoriously fluid, and with no official confirmation, any timeline is speculative. Some reports have suggested that production could begin as early as the end of 2025 in Los Angeles. However, David Fincher's schedule may complicate that timeline. He is reportedly tied up with other projects for the remainder of 2025, which could push the start of any potential Squid Game production into 2026. If the series does go into production, a realistic release date would likely be no earlier than 2027, given the scale and complexity of such a grand show. Whispers of the next generation. Beyond the more established rumors, a series of wilder, unverified leaks have circulated among the fan community, painting a picture of a multi-generational saga of revenge. These rumors suggest a direct link to the original cast, with their children stepping into the arena to seek justice for their parents. One popular theory claims that player 456's daughter, now grown, discovers the truth behind her father's death due to the belongings gifted by Inho. Driven by a desire for vengeance, she decides to enter the game herself, adopting her father's number, 456, in a symbolic act of defiance and remembrance. Another rumor focuses on player 067's younger brother. Having learned about the horrific fate that befell his sister, he too joins the games to avenge her, taking on her number, 067. This storyline would pick up on the emotional thread of family and sacrifice that was central to player 067's character arc. A third piece of this rumored narrative involves the daughter of two other players, 222 and 333. In this version, she grows up and enters the game to avenge both of her parents, choosing to wear her mother's number, 222. The convergence of these legacies would create a powerful and emotionally charged dynamic. According to these leaks, these three descendants would meet inside the game. As they share their stories and realize their connected pasts, they form a deadly alliance. Their shared goal would be not just to survive, but to dismantle the entire organization from within, finally putting an end to the brutal competition once and for all. It's important to note that these are unconfirmed rumors and sound pretty wild, but they speak to the deep desire fans have for the story's legacy to continue. They want to see more of these existing characters, but ultimately we don't really know what's fully in store. The reports of an American spin-off helmed by a director as significant as David Fincher are too persistent and credible to be dismissed, but the lack of official statements from Netflix and the creator's own ambiguous comments keep everything in a state of uncertainty. Do you hope it'll become a reality? Are you looking forward to the future of this huge franchise? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more Squid Game content and theories, click the video on screen now.